Back when I was in 3rd grade, I thought you got pregnant when someone kisses you, so I would always refuse to let any of my family members kiss me in fear of that. One day my grandpa surprised kissed me on the cheek and I freaked out and started crying. I went to school the next day telling everyone that I was pregnant by my grandpa. When I got home I went to my kitchen and grabbed a knife and stuck it up my coochie to try to kill the baby. It hurt so fucking bad, like I can't even describe the pain. Blood was everywhere and I was screaming, so my mom rushed in and saw a knife sticking out of my cooch. She rushed me to the hospital and I had to go into an emergency surgery, and now I can't have kids. I had a boyfriend back in junior year, but I was close with his friends before I dated him. When we were dating I had his friend in one of my classes and he was so sweet and funny but never went further because he respected our relationship. Then my boyfriend and I broke up and I was so upset. I told him about it and he said he was here for me. Over the past few months the more I talked with him the more I realized I liked him, but I wasn't sure if he would like me back. One day I opened up to him about my depression and anxiety and he was so kind and understanding about it, unlike how my ex was. He works at a boba shop and he asked if I wanted boba. I said yes jokingly, but surprisingly he asks for my address and shows up around 11:30 at night since he closes. I had to sneak out to the front, but it was worth it. The moment I saw him with my boba and when he said I'm always here for you and you can talk to me about anything, I knew I made the wrong choice in dating my ex when he was there all along. I am still currently falling for him and he doesn't know how I feel, but I know for a fact I don't want to lose him.
One time at lunch my best friend wanted to make out with a boy in the bathroom and asked me to take the second girl's pass so that nobody could come to the bathrooms, and the boy's friend did the same. Then we all went to the bathroom and my friend went into the boys' bathroom, so I left her there and she said she would be back in 10 minutes. After 10 minutes I went back to the bathroom and she was still in there, so I thought she was going to get raped, so I burst in and saw my friend crying. I grabbed her arm and tried to drag her out, but then a teacher came in and detained us all as if it was a motherfucking crime scene. They told us to give them our phones and I got to go to the office and the teacher questioned me like it was a Q&A, like bitch fuck off. Then she let me go and back to class and I started having a panic attack.
One time I was on a date with my crush. We went to the movies and everything was going great until I noticed my teacher and principal together. They were both married, so we were shocked. After the movie finished they confronted us and told us to stay quiet about their affair. But I was smarter and decided to blackmail them in return for perfect grades. They actually gave me and my crush straight A's. At the end of the year I exposed them and they both ended up leaving the school. They got what they deserved and I got my perfect grades.
Since you whores loved my last story, here's another one about me and my wonderful brother. I'm not going to say his name because Mateo doesn't like me exposing him. Anyway, when we first moved to our new house, my brother's girlfriend would always come over, which I found hella sus because when we lived in our trailer home she'd never come over. I started noticing things went missing around the house, so I told my brother. He didn't believe me, but he's the only friend I have, so I was determined to catch that ugly ungrateful cocksucking slutty troll. I put cameras in the hallway and caught her stealing some earrings I planted. I showed my brother the video and we decided to get revenge. I invited her over saying my brother had a surprise for her. She believed it. Hehe. Fucking idiot. Anyways, we made a slideshow of all the times she stole something and snatched those gold earrings from her purse. We changed our gate code and never saw her again. This is my personal story. I went on a date with this boy this summer. It was going really well and I was so excited. He took me to play mini golf. He started standing weird as hell, so I was like, the fuck? Are you okay? He said that he couldn't help it and that he was sorry. I realized his rat was showing. I laughed awkwardly and he said that I caused it. I literally was just playing this game. What the fuck do you mean I caused it? He took me to his house and we were sitting there. He whipped out his ugly ass rat. I looked and threw up a little in my mouth. He asked me to give him that gawk combo 3000. Bitch, get your Chuck E. Cheese hairy rat looking thing away from me before I grab scissors. I can't believe it looked like that. Why was it curved to the left? Bitch, the fuck is that ugly ass shit? Suck it yourself. I said no, but he kept persisting. He got really creepy, so I literally ran from him. I turned into Usain Bolt. I said, you wanna see some real speed, bitch? I'll show you some real speed. I got lost in his big ass house, but I eventually made it out. Mans was packing. I can't lie, but I was so disturbed. He just asked me to hang out again. I will not hang out with a man who is turned on from a girl literally just playing golf. The fuck? Go watch Tiger Woods then if you like golf that much, you weird ass boy. No wonder his ex left him. I now identify as lesbian. Like seriously. This one time when I was little I thought I could talk to trees. Because I had no friends. and I used to sit by them and say things, and one day I was talking to my tree friend called Kevin, and this girl went up to me and said, "Are you talking to that tree freak?" And I started crying and hugged onto the tree. And while she was laughing, one of the branches fell on the girl's head. Thanks, Kevin.
Story time about the time I went to the ER. So the entire day before I had a cramp, but I thought I was just gonna get my period, so I brushed it off. The next morning I woke up like 10 minutes before my school alarm with the worst fucking pain in the world, but I assumed it would go away, so I went downstairs to brush my teeth, but with every minute the pain got worse. I eventually woke my mom up and told her, and she said we'd go to the doctors when they opened, but then the pain went from 0 to 100 and I literally was curled up in a ball on her bed sobbing in pain. She then said she'd take me to the ER, but the bitch decided to shower first, so I had to wait like 15 minutes for her while I was crying in pain. We finally leave and I'm still in my pajamas and I'm literally groaning in pain in the passenger seat for the 20-minute ride like a woman who's about to give birth. When we got to the ER, the doctor kept asking me if I've ever had sex, and bitch, I wish, but no sir, I'm saving it for Harry Styles. But he didn't believe me, and my mom literally had to say that I hadn't multiple times, but the doctor was convinced I had twisted ovaries for some reason, and he
My middle school was filled with fucking annoying ass fake ass bitches. This one time in 8th grade, I got up to use the bathroom while we were taking a test. At the time, I had this fake ass bitch ass hoe ass dumb ass big fucking ears ass flat ass friend. We had the same crush and she secretly hated me for it. After I came back into the class from the bathroom, I was chewing some gum, and my crush was sitting behind me. I got up from my seat to throw out my gum wrapper. Little did I know the bitch ass hoe wanted to get back at me for coming for her man. When I got up from my chair, my crush started laughing and said she shit her pants in front of the whole class. Keep in mind it was quiet. Every head started laughing. I looked at my seat and there was a chunk of chocolate bar on my chair. I looked at the fake asshole and I instantly knew what she did. She was laughing too. I was so embarrassed. The fucking raggedy ass old ass history teacher sent me to the nurse. Bitch. But that's not where the story ends, hoes. I knew where that ugly hoe Michaela lived. Yeah, I'm exposing her ass. After school I popped out at her house and her mom let me inside. When she came home from soccer practice, her bed was filled with roaches. 'Cause that's what she is. A fucking dumbass roach.
When I was 8 years old, my parents separated and I was staying with my aunt for the summer. One day my dad picked me up and told me he was taking me home because they made up. He told me that we were going to move to a house next to my aunt. Anyways, on the ride I begged him to drive me to the mall to buy a video game and he agreed. On the way he said he wasn't feeling very good and then a car came out of nowhere and crashed into us. To make a long story short, my dad literally died in the front seat and I only had a few cuts. My mother stopped the move and was obviously devastated and cried every night for 6 months. The only reason she stopped is because she died too. Hey guys, story time. When I was in kindergarten I was on the bus sitting next to this mean ass bitch, I don't remember her name. There was a girl behind us and she kept saying her stomach hurted and that she needed to poop. So me and the girl I was sitting next to, we straight ignored that bitch. So time flew by on the bus, and then I start smelling shit. Like literally disgusting, smelling like dog shit ass poop. So I look under the seat and I see this big ass pile of diarrhea poop. That shit stunk. I couldn't help myself and I kept looking under the seat to look at the poop. The girl next to me kept telling me to stop looking at it. Like, bitch, if you don't shut yo skin tone chicken bone Google Chrome no home flip phone disowned ice cream cone garden gnome extra chromosome metronome dimidome genome full blown monochrome student loan Indiana Jones overgrown Flintstone X and Y hormone friend zone Sylvester Stallone Sierra Leone AutoZone professionally seen silver patron head ass the fuck up, I'll beat your ass. Eventually someone came on the bus and picked up the poop. One time my boyfriend came over and we decided to do the dirty. Anyways, it was great, but his phone was in his pocket when he did it and he accidentally somehow but dialed 911. We were getting down and dirty and everything was going swell until we heard knocks on the door very aggressively. We thought it was the dog making noise outside the door until we heard a man yelling to open the door. We both got dressed really fast, went outside, and saw it was the police. I was scared because I thought they found out that I stole a bathing suit from Target, so I started sobbing. Then they asked what was wrong and I couldn't stop crying, so my boyfriend asked why they were here, and they explained they got a 911 call and heard yelling on the phone. I immediately stopped crying and ran inside the house of embarrassment, and my boyfriend just said everything was fine, then closed the door. Right after he closed the door he heard laughing from the police, and now we know that they found out we were having sex. Once my teacher was pregnant and 2 months before her due date she went into labor in the middle of class, so we were all rushed into the hallway but they couldn't get her out of the classroom, so she ended up having her baby in the classroom, but since it was premature it was weak and they weren't at a hospital, so it died in the classroom and we all saw the dead tiny baby being carried out of the classroom, and my teacher was so sad her baby died that she quit her job, and a month later we went into lockdown because turns out she broke into the school with a knife and tried stabbing people cause she sorta went insane with the grief of her baby dying and now she's in jail. Girl, what in the shitty tit flip switch? In 10th grade during lunch, the mean popular girl started to walk up to me and my friends and grabbed my muffin and threw it in my face to impress the new kid. I went off on that dumb bitch because I wanted to eat the motherfucking muffin. I dragged that bitch across the lunchroom and we fought and I accidentally broke her nose. Haha, dumb bitch, that's what you get for wasting my fucking muffin. And I dated the new kid, so who's the bad bitch now? Brittany. Period. Sis, go off. One time I was constipated in the morning because we wake up at 5 a.m. for school, and so I took a laxative pill. My first class was theater and I had to poop really bad. The bathrooms in the locker rooms were locked and I couldn't use any other bathroom because people jewel all the time, and so I had to keep my shit in. Once everyone including the teacher left to go to the auditorium, I found a toilet in the back of our class. I couldn't keep it in any longer, so I took a fat shit and I couldn't get up because my asshole was burning, so I sat there for 10 minutes. The teacher and all the kids in my class came back and saw me poop. I forgot to shave my vagina and so they saw my pubic hair as well. Turns out that the toilet that I was pooping in was supposed to be used as a prop for our play and the whole classroom smelled like shit. I got sent to the principal's office.